Hello, friends. 671 days of war. And it seems that the war will continue throughout the winter and spill over during the summer season as well. What is happening in the war zones? In south, on Kherson front, Ukrainians are using increasingly huge numbers of UAVs or drones in eastern bank of Dnieper River and of course elsewhere in the battlefield. As far as Krinky is concerned, they are still holding the bridgehead but is becoming very costly for them due lack of boats, exhaustion, prevalent Russian army artillery hindering transportation of men and material across the Dnieper River. As of now, there are no significant changes towards the left bank of Dnieper River. On Zaporizhia front towards Orikho sector, Russian army is continuously attacking towards west of Rabatino in an effort to expand its control zone. It also carried out shelling towards Tokmachka, Guliapol. Ukrainians carried out attacks towards Kopani, shelling throughout Novoprokopovka, Varbo and Novofyodorovka. No gains. No changes towards Rymivki salient, though positional battle is continuing. In north towards Sinkovka, Ukrainians carried out few counterattacks but were repelled by the Russians. Russians are continuously striking Sinkovka and Ukrainians' position is becoming difficult here. Also, similar situation persists towards Kislivka and Makivka. Towards Liman and Serebryansky forestry sites, the Russians are advancing towards Terny and gain few hundreds of meters. In east, Novomykhailivka has fallen. Russian army has hoisted its flag in the last building in northwest next to Marinka Reservoir. The war was continuing for 8 years, of course with different armed forces, and now more than 600 days, killing thousands of soldiers from both the sides. And now battle starts for Jarjiva or Kurakhovo, that is west of Marinka. Now south of Marinka towards Pobedo, positional battle is on. Towards Novomykhailivka, Russian army is continuing its assaults from both south and southeast outskirts of the village, and from the front they have entered inside the village and 1/3 has been taken over by them. Russians also carried out attacks towards southwest of Marinka towards Nevelsky, Pirvomaisky and Sivernoye. Generally speaking, no gains, however, some small advance was noticed. Coming to Avdiivka front, Russian army advanced almost 300 meters towards Okeretino along railways. Also in north of Avdiivka, Russian army attacked Stepo and made some gains on its flanks. It also advanced towards Novobakhmutivka. In southeast outskirts of Avdiivka, the fight continues towards industrial zone and coke plant from the northeastern side. No gains. As per an Ukrainian report, a Ukrainian column of 108 Ukrainian troops in a bus while on their way back to home when they had got off for a week or so near Avdiivka was hit by Russian shells and all of them were destroyed. Bakhmut on southern flank, fight continues for Andriivka and Klishivka. In northwest, Russian offensive operation continues towards Krasnoye, that is Ivanovsky, and towards Bogdanovka, where they have made another few hundred meters gain. And now, as far as the city is concerned, the Russians control close to 40% of it. So, in the east, Russia continues advancing, and their main target, or rather, victory could be in Novomykhailivka as well as in Bogdanovka. Ukrainians, as I said, are carrying out drone attacks on Russian rear regions as well as on the front line territories. They hit targets in Kaluga, Moscow, Belgorod, Bryansk, Kursk, Donetsk, where the shelling has increased almost by 50%. Kherson witnessed 100 shells, and Crimea, where they used Storm Shadow, the port was hit and damages are reported. Russians are continuously hitting Ukrainian targets last 3 to 4 days in Odessa, Pavlodar, Dnipropetrovsk and other regions. Coming to Palestinian-Israel conflict, Hamas rejected Israeli ceasefire proposal for 1 to 2 weeks. It wants ceasefire on its own terms and conditions, including exchanges of POWs. IDF casualties, as reported by Israel so far, has been only 14 till this Sunday. However, Hamas has claimed in media that it killed close to 2,000 Israeli troops. Towards Lebanon, IDF launched multiple air and artillery strikes on southern part, while Hezbollah continues firing rockets in Israel. UN Relief and Works Agency has said that it has lost its 142 staff so far, while number of journalists killed in Gaza are 103. After 6 days of assault, IDF has gained little bit towards Nazla, that is in Zabalia in north, and nothing much as far as south is concerned. Fight continues for Khan Yunis city. In the meantime, Yemen has trained 20,000 reservist soldiers to be deployed in Gaza Strip, and US has struck targets in Iraq. IDF also hit Syria and killed Iran's senior commander in Damascus, and Iran has vowed to counterattack and revenge. Iran incidentally has boosted its naval power with electronic warfare, strategic cruise missiles with range of 1,000 km, short-range cruise missiles which could carry up to 130 kg of warheads up to 100 km, loitering munitions and multi-purpose UAVs with electronic warfare systems. Russian Federation Foreign Minister has said that the unrest and riots in Belgrade, West is behind the whole scenario. It also said that the world community has right not to recognize legally unfounded US claims to Arctic shelf that recently has come up. Lastly, Fox News included Joe Biden in its list of the biggest losers in America in 2023. And that's all. See you tomorrow. Thanks.